So our focus is we are extremely bullish on AI agents, and that's what we have been building from last 4 months. We are building an AI agent marketplace called Vitamin AI. And when I say an AI agent marketplace, which and this again, it's a theory by me. It might work, it might not be true. My personal opinion is probably in next 4 or 5 years we will have more AI agents than human beings, and this is something which we have seen with mobile phones. Like there are more mobile phones currently than human beings. So
Yeah.
every human would need at least one or two AI agents.
Martians landed,
Yes.
wearing Prada suits,
Yes.
drinking Henry's seltzer,
Yes.
chewing juicy fruit.
Yes. And?
Your branding here,
Yes, brand.
your message here,
Yes. And?
a verse about
Yes.
your product here.
Yes.
I'm Hirsch Redman.
Yes. And?
I'm a message therapist.
Yes.
And I have a podcast.
Yes, brand.
That's right, that's it.
Yes.
We'll help you fix the world
Yes.
or your bottom line.
All right.
Your bottom line.
Get it. I get it. Welcome to the Yes Brand Podcast.
In the hot seat today on Yes Brand is Abhishek. Abhishek is an author. He's the founder of AcknoLedger, which he founded in 2021, and exploring the Web 3.0 potential. He wrote a book in 2018 called "Protect Your Identity Like It's Your Virginity," how to protect yourself, your identity, and everything else, which sounds great. Except he was very down on crypto at the time, but now he has changed his position on crypto. He has some very interesting insights into AI, and we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff. He's seen a lot of ups and downs in his 14 years in business, but he built his first venture from scratch to $10 million ARR, but also faced some failures, like in ed tech. And he's learned from his mistakes, and he continues to learn and continues to drive. So we'll talk about a lot of different things. Voice of crypto, Vitamin I. Uh, we'll talk about DeepSeek and what's going on there. Welcome, Abhishek, to Yes Brand.
Thank you, Ash, and really thank you for inviting me on this podcast and such an exciting introduction. You mentioned I have failed in edtech, but again, edtech is again close to me, and I in fact spoke to somebody, and again edtech is calling me. So maybe I'll try again. I might fail again, but I'll try again.
But ed tech, you know what? The whole idea is education. The whole idea is learning. So how can you fail? How can you fail if you try, right?
Yeah.
But let's start with crypto and your what was going on now. Just give a refresher of what was going on in 2018 when you read that book. Where were you in your journey when you wrote that book?
So, Harsh, and that's one of the reasons which I also talk about a lot is I was probably brainwashed by mainstream media, and I would not say brainwashed as well, because I was only reading mainstream media and it was talking about negative about Bitcoin, it was negative about crypto, saying that crypto is used by criminals, crypto is used for all the wrong activities. And what happens to a lot of users, to a lot of people who don't deep dive into such in these things, they just they just learn what is the narrative around media, and then they just form an opinion around it. And I think that's what happened to me, because everybody was saying it's bad, everybody was saying it should not be used. I might have read some one or two cases where it was used for wrong purposes, and I just set my mind on that without deep diving, doing my own research. And that's when I wrote the book. But yeah, I think at that point of time, it was just the mainstream media what it was saying. I just thought of that's the correct thing.
Yeah. So jump ahead to 2025. Obviously, a lot has changed for the crypto market. How would you describe the state of affairs now?
So I think, and this is my second bull cycle. Usually, crypto markets work in every four-year market cycles. Last market cycle, when I was there, I had started seeing a lot of brands accepting crypto. A lot of brands going positive. Starbucks said we'll start accepting crypto. Tesla said we'll start accepting crypto. Nissan said they'll start accepting crypto. So that year was all about brands. Uh, so which by which I mean private companies coming into saying that we are pro crypto, pro Bitcoin. This market cycle is even a bit bigger. This year we have started seeing countries coming and saying we accept crypto. So Bitcoin reserve as a Bitcoin as a strategic reserve has started coming into picture. El Salvador has already been done that. Lot of states in USA have started putting this all together. So the narrative has completely moved from a small brands to bigger countries. So I think more positivity has started coming in. BlackRock, one of the biggest institutes in the world, has opened its own ETF in Bitcoin, and this ETF has till date in the history of BlackRock has been the biggest hit in terms of money which has pumped in. So yeah, narratives have been changing, things have been shifting, media has also been shifting. We are going towards the right direction now.
Yeah, so you feel things are on track now, and technology obviously moves at a pace. You have to have a real strong constitution to be able to keep up with developments. Certainly, as far as today, like today, when we're recording this, it's the 11th of February, and OpenAI is facing a big offer from a group, with Elon Musk and so forth. What do you make of that?
Uh, so I really am not a very big fan of Elon Musk. I think
Yeah,
he does a lot of things just to get attention,
yeah,
without meaning. But you never know. He's a crazy guy. He might have just said this thing for Twitter also in fun, but eventually bought it.
yeah,
So I mean, yeah, there is a lot of shift which will happen in next few months in terms of AI, in terms of market. We have seen how DeepSeek has completely destroyed the whole market sentiments loss. I mean, markets lost around $500 billion in just few days, just because of one small startup somewhere in China. So because of technology, things are moving very fast in AI, Web3. Things, I mean, they are very disruptive. So you never know what is going to happen tomorrow.
yeah. Well, from your point of view, when it comes to AI, what are you what is your focus right now? What is your focus for 2025? We talk about things moving so quickly, but from where you sit, what are you thinking about this year?
So our focus is we are extremely bullish on AI agents, and that's what we have been building from last 4 months. We are building an AI agent marketplace called Vitamin AI. And when I say an AI agent marketplace, which and this again, it's a theory by me. It might work, it might not be true. My personal opinion is probably in next 4 or 5 years we will have more AI agents than human beings, and this is something which we have seen with mobile phones. Like there are more mobile phones currently than human beings. So
Yeah.
every human would need at least one or two AI agents. So for example, you're doing this podcast, post this podcast, you rather than you doing editing yourself or you asking an assistant to do it, you can just ask the AI agent while we are talking. It can just sit on this podcast, edit it for you. One AI agent can just start cutting clips from this podcast. One AI agent can just start posting on your social media, right? So I think that's what we are being focused on. A marketplace like something what Amazon created few years back, where you can put anybody can come and they can put their own goods. That's what we're trying to create for AI agents. Anyone can create AI agents. They can go and sell them on our platform.
Well, that brings up an interesting question, which is quality control. With Amazon, that was an issue because anyone can put anything on Amazon, and sometimes those are not they're not the actual brand that
Hmm.
so they're a counterfeit product. So if that's the case, what kind of uh, guardrails are in place with AI? With both what is coming out, on the coming out from ChatGPT as far as information that may or may not be verifiable. What are your thoughts on that?
So, Archab, what I feel is AI is at a very nascent stage currently. So think of probably when we all used to use those Nokia phones. Those were the smartphones for us, and playing Snake was something what was a big deal. I think from an AI perspective, we are at that stage currently. It will take a lot of time, and yes, there'll be a lot of failures. There'll be a lot of learnings, which not just me, but I think as an industry, all of us will learn. But eventually, we will reach there. I mean, nobody would have probably thought that using a mobile, or you can do a face call with somebody. And I'm talking
Right.
somewhere in 98, 99, 2000. I mean, that was the coolest thing which we
Yeah.
used to use. So I think from that perspective, we are at a very early stage. Yes, there'll be some faults, there'll be some problems which will happen. And again, it's just a technology. Depending on how you use a technology, you can use it for good, you can use it for negative as well. But on our platform, what we are trying to do is the best indicator of the quality of any AI agent is if the user has used you. So we are giving reviews. You as a user, if you have used, you can give positive reviews, negative reviews. If your reviews are less, automatically you get kicked out from the platform, and there is new place created for you. So that's a simple mechanism which most of the marketplaces work on this in this format.
Well, circling back around to you know crypto and Web 3.0 and the way that marketplace operates, are we looking at a kind of a more democratic uh, marketplace because of the way that Web 3.0 operates?
Yes, so it is a decentralized marketplace, which means not a single entity controls it. All of so we are creating a DAO. A DAO is something which is a decentralized autonomous organization in which everybody is a part. Everybody has a voting right. So even for example, if I want to put an AI agent on my marketplace, this goes to the community. If 51% people vote for it, this AI agent comes in. If I want to make any decision, if I want to remove any agent, if I want to increase the pricing, if I want to change anything, this all is controlled by the community and the DAO. So it becomes a decentralized autonomous organization.
Hmm. Now, uh, I've learned that you have a very good sense of humor. You have a very good wit, You like things that are fun, that are a little bit. So in creating your own brand, your own company and your own place in the marketplace, you know, what are some things that you've done to help communicate how your company and offerings stand out from the competition?
Sure. So, what I believe is every brand, and usually all these brands, the communication which brands come, they always come from the founder's personality, right? You look at Apple, you look at Microsoft. So if you look at Microsoft, it's a very, I would say, a brand which is seen very serious, a brand. Apple could be a fun brand. We have this water brand. Is it called Death water bottle? I can't
Oh,
recall, but
Liquid Death.
liquid
Liquid
death, right?
Death.
So they
Yeah.
have a different personality, right? And I think in the history, and I was reading somewhere how brands are positioned by the founders. The biggest turnaround has been in Meta. So how
Uh-huh.
Zuckerberg, probably 5 years back, he was seen like a nerdy guy who was always against everything. In 5 years, the whole personality has completely changed.
Well, that one is kind of up for discussion because and it's an interesting point, which is we're ultimately judged by, what we do, but the perception of the image is makes a difference. So he kind of came on the scene as a little bit of a disconnected, socially inept person who had created this largest social network in the world. And then but continued to kind of for a while just almost recede into the background as Facebook became so huge. Then it became time for a rebrand both for Facebook into Meta, into its own kind of entity, which I think did help them. I think
Hmm.
that Meta really rehabbed Facebook, Instagram, so forth. But I think with Mark Zuckerberg, you know, it almost is like, well, having a cool, you could be a nerd and be a cool person,
Hmm.
and he is making himself cooler visually but not any different substantively. And
Correct.
so people who didn't like his personality before don't like it now because the actions and the things he's doing are the same. So, makeovers are only, are skin deep, they're superficial. But to
Correct.
get back to your brand, what would you like to see your brand perceived as over the next, 5 years, let's say?
Correct. So again, I mean, lot of things keep changing. Currently, our stand is, and that's again my personal stand, which again might be a bit controversial. Is I think from a believability, I would believe AI more than human beings. The reason for
Uh-huh.
that
Okay.
The reason for that is humans have emotions, and you know what happens is a lot of time, and in fact, most of the time, when you are doing some sort of analytical things, when you're doing some sort of investing, we don't think from a logical mind. We start thinking from our emotional mind. So, especially like for example, if the market is crashing, you would say that I would rather than doing this, I should do this. But just is it analytical or is it because you are
Hmm.
getting emotional? A lot of things. In fact, any impulse buy which we do, it's all emotional. A lot of people buy houses because of emotion. You buy a big car because of emotions. So I think, and again, it's my thought, and I'm not trying to force anybody, but I think when AI comes, especially where your logical mind should work, I think AI is good. And same thing happens. I mean, we are humans because of emotions as well. So it's not that if you don't have emotions, everybody will become robot. Everybody is same. Then there's no fun in the world. So I think that is the position which as of now I want to say is AI agents are better than humans in certain things. Let them do that work which they are better. You do things which you are better at, or you are better at commanding them. So that's the
Yeah.
that's the positioning which you want to take currently.
I like that point of view because that really does take the position, well, let AI do what you don't, don't excel at or don't want to do, and you do you. You do the all of the emotional stuff and all of the stuff that makes us individuals and humans, and that rather than think of it as a race between us and AI, it's a race for our soul or something like that. It's really not, because it's what we want it to be. What do we collectively as a society decide we want AI to be? We can make it that. But I like the idea that, we should let it be analytical, let it aggregate, let it assimilate information, you know, and let's go maybe deeper into the human experience and find out more about what we have to offer. Doing the automatable, tasks is not the best use of a human being anyway. So the idea of, it's going to take away from, editing podcasts, let's say, well, that means that instead of editing podcasts, we can find other more interesting human innovations and human things to do. Not that we're taken away from a task, you know.
Okay.
Um, so uh, let's get one more piece of advice from you for young entrepreneurs, small business owners, people who are entering the marketplace and in 2025. So let's say they're starting a business, starting a new business. What advice would you give them?
Sure, sure. So I will give two pieces of advice. One is a very so I come from a community in India, and we have a very interest. So this community is, we have been doing business from like generations. So we have this simple thing which my father taught me. It says you have to give 3 years or 1,000 days to any business. And first year there is only pain, no gain. So just be prepared for it. Second year it's some pain, some gain. And from third year onwards, you start getting more gain. You can never say that there is no pain. So if you are starting any business, do not quit. Do not think that you will quit. Give at least 1,000 days. That's a basic principle. Because and as I said, first year, second year would be painful. Third year is when you start seeing results. So prepare for that long term vision rather than just 6 months, 7 months. A lot of people, and I think most of the businesses fail because founders just quit in few months or few years. So I think that's the biggest advice. Second is, once you have reached, and this advice will come into picture once you have reached the third stage of it, is then you focus on what you are good at. Outsource everything else, delegate everything else. Because if you try to be master of all, you will not be able to focus on what you are good at. So if you can just take these, I mean, I can write books on lots of things, but these two things, if somebody's starting, just follow these two things. I think life will become simpler for everyone.
Wonderful, Abhishek. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's really great to see you. I hope people can watch this on YouTube as well, just because I think that you're bearing your expressions and just the joy that you bring to the work that you do is so palpable. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming on, and I look forward to having you back when you have another product to talk about, something interesting, because I know there will always be something interesting going on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for inviting me on this podcast, Harsh, and all those who are listening. Thank you for listening to this podcast, and yeah, looking forward to meet all of you again.
Alright.
If you liked the show,
Yes, and?
it worked for you,
Yes, then?
subscribe and leave a
Yes, friend.
5-star review.
Yes, friend.
Tell all your friends.
Yes, friend.
Get your branding here.
Yes, friend.
Get your branding here.
Yes, friend.
Did I make it clear?
Yes, friend.
Get your branding on
Yes.
before they're gone.
Yes.